What's going on, everyone? Mitesh here with MTech, and I finally found a pair of truly wireless earbuds I like as much as the AirPods, and it's these right here. These are the Jabra Elite 65Ts, and they are really good, but they're also a little expensive. But you know what? Without further ado, let's get in the review. Alright, so I'm going to do this review a little bit differently because there's a lot of things that I like about these. I'm actually going to start off with talking about things that I don't like about these. So, number one is going to be the fact that it charges over micro USB. I mean, come on, Jabra, it's 2018. It's not even like early 2018. It's late 2018. These things should be USB-C. So, -1 right there for just the fact that it's a micro USB. It's a big downer. Another thing that I don't like about these is the fact that you can't tell what the battery of this case is. So there is an app that's available for your phone if you want to download it, but it won't tell you the battery life of the case. Instead, there is an LED indicator on the bottom of this. I mean, it works fine, but it's just one of those things that I would like to have a notification on my phone that tells me how much battery I have in these. But that's a minor thing. Just something that I really would have preferred to have inside. Another thing that I don't like, very minor thing, but this thing is just kind of hard to open. This case is not that easy to open. It actually takes a little bit of force to open it up, and it's kind of annoying. It's a lot worse than what Apple has done with the AirPods, where it's like a magnetic case, and it's actually kind of a really satisfying thing to open. Here, it's just really, really kind of hard to open. So another downside there. Once again, a little minor downside, but it is still there. And that's pretty much it for all the things I don't like. Another thing I don't like is the fact that it's all plastic build quality. I mean, it does mean that the earbuds are very lightweight in your ears, but the plastic on this thing is just kind of, I don't know, it feels a little cheap considering what you're paying for these, which, by the way, is $170. So maybe that's another thing that I don't like as much, because the fact that you have to shell out the money for these, but for some of you, that's definitely going to be worth it. Alright, so moving on to maybe the not so good, but not so bad either. And it's going to be the sound quality. Sound quality on these is actually pretty good to my ears, but I know they're never going to compete with anything that's actually wired or even some larger Bluetooth headsets. I mean, that's what you give up when you go with a form factor like this, is sound quality is never going to be as good, but the convenience is really high. Alright, let's move on to some of the things that I like about these earbuds, because there's a lot to like here. And first of all is the fact that they keep video and audio in sync. If you guys remember, I did a review of the Jaybird Runs, and I told you guys not to buy those because there was a noticeable lag between the video and audio. So I hated that, and I just couldn't recommend that to anybody. But these fixed it. These are the first truly wireless earbuds that I've had that get it right, aside from the AirPods. So definitely a huge plus for that. Next up is the form factor. So these are really, really tiny earbuds, and I love them. They're just so nice, and they fit in your ears just really well. So they're in-ear style, and they work really well at also isolating noise. So definitely design is much better on these than they are on the AirPods, at least in my opinion. I know some people love the AirPods, but for me, they actually did fall out. So these are pretty great for that. Another great thing about this is the carrying case. So first of all, this thing is great. It fits in your pocket really easily. It's very small, unlike the Jaybird Runs again. And yeah, aside from the fact that I just can't open it quite as well as I could the AirPods, this thing has a great carrying case. Plus, this thing has great battery life. So the earbuds themselves can hold up to like a 5-hour charge, and that is more than enough time for most people. For me, that is more than enough time because I don't actually like keeping in-ear earbuds in my ears for that long. That is a confusing sentence. Yeah, but they start hearing, for me personally, in-ear earbuds start hurting after like a couple hours, so I usually keep them for like 2 or 3 hours at max, and yeah, they work perfectly for that. And then this case can also supply them for, I'm not actually sure how long it can supply them, but I didn't charge this case for 3 days straight, and it had enough power to keep the earbuds charged, so that's pretty awesome. Battery life on these is pretty great. Another thing that I really like about this is the controls. So they actually have 3 buttons on these, which is kind of surprising for truly wireless earbuds. So they have one on the right, which can do play, pause, and if you hold down, it can bring up your assistant. And then on the left earbud, they have 2 buttons. So there's one that's on either side, and you can just like toggle it. And what it does is volume up by default, volume up and down by default, and then it can skip forward and skip back based on how long you hold it down for. So controls are surprisingly good, and even the ones on the left earbud with the 2 buttons, they actually work really well. I never had it be a problem where I was like trying to hunt for something and I couldn't hit it. They actually have nice little indentations where you can just know where to push it. So controls on this, surprisingly good. Another nice thing, I forgot to mention that if you the left earbud, if you double tap it, you can turn on the feature called hear through. So what that does is it pumps the sound from outside into your ears. So since these are in-ear earbuds, they do tend to isolate noise, and I like that a lot of the times, but sometimes when I'm in the office, I kind of want to hear what's going on around me. So when you double tap that, it'll turn on hear through, and then you'll be able to hear if somebody's talking to you or anything like that. So that's pretty great. And another amazing feature that these earbuds have is the fact that they can pause whatever they're playing when you take one of them out. So when I take one of the earbuds out of my ear, it pauses whatever I'm playing, or like if it pauses music, YouTube videos, whatever I'm listening to, it will pause it. So that's amazing. And then even better, when you put it back in, it'll turn it on automatically. So seriously guys, I am really impressed by what Jabra has been able to do with these earbuds. But yeah, so for all of those reasons, I think that these are the earbuds, the truly wireless earbuds to get if you're not looking at the AirPods because you're not tied into Apple's ecosystem. If you want a pair of truly wireless earbuds, and these are pretty nice, they're very convenient, I think these are the ones to get. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this one. If you guys liked it, go and hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!